I was spending so much time combing through all of the pages of regulatory jargon and, circular talk and repeating 500 pages of a reg and really only 100 pages that tell you what you need to know, and that can be frustrating.
A couple years ago, we converted to continuity control, and it was because I could see all the regulations coming down the pike, all the pages and pages of rules that I was going to have to read.
In the past, we had a Word document that I would go in and transfer all of our audit stuff to, and then I would have a calendar reminder to follow up like every 2 weeks to a month. And so again, that manual process takes a long time to then follow up.
If you are in the compliance world, you really worry a lot that you're going to forget something or you're going to drop the ball, and then someone's going to come in and they're going to find that and there's going to be huge fines associated with it, or you really want to protect your financial institution, and to do that, I think continuity control is a great step in that direction.
I handle both the compliance and the marketing, and that is not my background. So whenever I came to Fairfield National Bank, there were a lot of things that I wasn't aware of. The regulations, the laws, all of that was new to me. Without continuity control, I think it might have been impossible.
Really implementing the Reg Advisor was that was my main goal in taking on the product anyway. So that was the first step, and then I slowly branched out from there. So we've added vendor management and things of that nature, but really it has always been about the Reg Advisor for me.
You don't need to do everything on day one either. We kind of slowly got our feet wet with this. We focused on policies and procedures for the first few months.
There's always more work in the beginning. So it's just like, you have to take your time and do this right and one step at a time and get it working. And then the light bulbs come on.
Why would you go back to working hard, not smart? And to really sit there and say, I got to be an expert in every single area is almost impossible, where continuity control takes that off of me.
It is a great way to organize everything, so that still is very important. And I can go to one place to get everything, but the amount of stuff that I don't have to do now is incredible.
You put it in the system, all of the findings, you assign out who the owner is to respond and the timeline. A nice report is generated. I just send that to our auditors. They include it in the report. And so you don't feel as the compliance officer that you're having to, update all these policies, procedures, risk assessments, because you do have other people in the bank that are loan managers that maybe update those procedures. And again, you just go into the system, you assign it to that individual, and then they have a to-do to follow up with.
When I realized that I could get continuity control to read those for me and interpret them, and then provide me with an analysis of those, and then I take that analysis and apply it directly, then it would save me tons of time.
I think for me, it translates into a lot of time saved because it does the research that you don't have to do anymore. The quality of what you're receiving is tremendous. I have a strong faith in it.
The first probably 6 months, if I had any compliance questions, I'd send it to both our external auditors and continuity control to see if they came back with the same information. Our external auditors are great, but continuity, when they send you their information, they not only answer your question, but then they also cite within the regulation where they found it. So I would actually say that continuity has a better follow-up with compliance, and so that's what makes me feel more comfortable is I have done the back and forth to see if we get the same answers, and we do, but continuity does provide more information.
I've been able to focus on different things with my additional time. One of those things is risk assessments. So with the additional time that I have as compliance officer, I can focus on those needs as well. So I feel like the bank as a whole is addressing its risk a little better.
You can't really put a price on the risk associated with not getting it right. And I feel confident that continuity control gets it right.
Instead of spending hours reading the regs, I'm figuring out how that the bank is going to comply with those new regs instead.
Now that guesswork is taken out for me. I feel confident that if something may apply to the bank, we are being notified through a reg advisor.
Honestly, I have complete trust in what continuity control does in reading those regs and providing me with the analysis. So I don't read those regs any longer, which is awesome.